I am going to give you the exact reason why your cold emails do not get positive replies. And I know because I've sent over 10,000 cold emails, I've received over 1,000 positive replies, and I'm booking more appointments than your favorite guru, as you can see in these screenshots below. And you are so damn lucky that you clicked on this video because there are only 6 reasons why you're not getting positive replies, and I'm going to give you all 6 of them so that you can actually start making some more money using cold email. Okay, so these 6 things are deliverability, subject line, body copy, CTA offer, and leads. Okay, but why aren't you getting positive replies, right? You specifically, which one of these 6 things actually is it? Okay, so I'm going to give you an easy to follow question line so that you can know exactly why you're not going to get positive replies. Okay, so just take out your notes, write these down. Okay, question number 1, I want you to ask these to yourself. Are you actually reaching the inbox? Okay, so this is the first test that you want to do. Okay, you can test this by sending the cold emails keeping all variables the same, right? Sending the same kind of messaging, right? Using the same software. You want to send these to about 5 different friends, or if you have multiple email accounts, you can send them to different email accounts. Okay, if they land in the inbox, all 5 of them, the problem is not deliverability, and you should move on to question number 2, which we're going to cover in a second. Okay, if one or more emails went to spam, you need to basically restart your email warm-up process again, and you can use this video here. There's going to be a link in the description, this whole slideshow on how to actually do that properly. Okay, now question number 2, is your open rate over 60%? Okay, you want to track the open rate just so that you can see what your open rate is. I wouldn't recommend having it on all the time because you have that pixel, but just to see temporarily what it is, I would recommend turning it on. Okay, so if your open rate is below 60%, right, you're probably not going, and you're not going to spam, right? If you've already clarified that before, the issue is probably your subject line. Okay, so I would recommend trying, if you're not already, subject lines like these 4. So quick question for name, important question for name, query for name, quick Q for name, right? Just things like this. They tend to get around, for me, about an 80% open rate, right? As long as you have good leads, right? So I would highly recommend testing these out if you're not already. And your open rate is below 60%. Okay. Question number 3. Does your email body copy have more than 150 words? Okay. If it does, then you probably have a body copy issue, right? Where people aren't going to read the whole thing. Okay. More is less. And if your body copy is either 1, formatted without proper spacing, like I demonstrate in this section here, or has way too many words, no one's going to read it. This is a good example of spacing. So if you're kind of having everything clumped into one spot, or there's just way too much shit going on in your email, you need to trim it down. Less is way more, because these people are busy and they're not going to be reading your whole basically essay about what you want to pitch your service on. Okay. Number 4, does your email have a clear call to action? Okay, so you want to make sure that your email has a clear reply-based call to action. Okay, if you're not basically asking them at the end of the email to reply, that's why your reply rate's probably low. Okay. If there's no clear call to action, right, or maybe you're asking people to book on the first email rather than respond to the first email, obviously you're going to have lower responses, right, since you're not asking them to respond. So here's an example of a clear call to action, getting someone to respond. Okay, so if you would be opposed to me sending some more info to seeing how this could work for you, just let me know by replying back with sure, and we can go from there, right? And you can just do cheers or best regards, whatever your name. Okay, so that's an example. You want to tell them exactly what to do so they don't have to think, right? Thinking is basically it's going to cause friction within the process. You want your prospect to think as little as they possibly will have to, because if they're reading this email and they have to think and do all these crazy jumping through hoops to try and respond to your email, they're just going to get tired and just leave the email, right? They do not owe anything to you, so you need to make it as easy as possible for them to positively reply or to book. Okay, so that's basically that. Now, if you have got to this point, right, and you've passed all 4 questions, there are only 2 possible things that could be basically stopping you, right, from getting positive replies. Number 1 is your offer. Okay, people don't want what you have, or they don't want what you have when, in the sense that you're packaging it incorrectly. Okay, which means you're basically presenting it to them in a way where they don't want that, right? Maybe they do want what you like, the result that you give, but you don't know how to properly position that in your cold email. Okay, which I'm going to give you the solution to in a second here. Number 2, you're sending to people who have probably been scraped off of a software like Apollo or something, and they've already been blasted by a million people sending cold email. Okay, that's another possibility. You want to basically look at those 2 things. If all 4 of the other things before are checked off, you're good to go, then it's probably one of these two things, okay? If you have already had success, right, and people want what you have to offer, and you've already proven that, like you've already got a bunch of bookings before, you've booked over 100 appointments, you've signed at least 10 clients from cold traffic, then it's probably not your offer, right? If you're running paid advertising successfully, or if you're running cold outbound on another channel and it's working really well, it's probably not your offer, okay? And the issue is probably your leads, and you should have a VA manually scrape these leads, right, because they're going to be higher quality. It's going to cost more, right, but it is going to be like you're going to make more money. So it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Okay. Again, there's going to be a link here on how you can actually set this up. If you have not proven your offer yet, right, and you are already scraping leads manually, the issue is probably your offer or the way you're positioning your offer, okay? And I can go and I have made a whole video that's like 20 minutes long on actually positioning your offer, making sure that people people see it as something valuable and something that's different from everyone else in the market, right? Different from all your competition. I would recommend watching this video below as well. And that's going to give you basically a full masterclass on how to actually position your offer correctly so that people see you as valuable, right? And if you want a proven automated appointment booking system that does not require paying for ads, dancing on camera, or figuring out the entire process yourself, you can click the top link in the description. If not,